Calvin Castine, where I belong, off camera. And we're at the Clinton County Government Center in one of the rooms that took us about 3 minutes to get to. Through a little maze, but we're here. I think it's the Health Department conference room of some sort. And we're here to talk about a very important subject as we get ready for the winter of 22-23. Today is October 26, 2022, and bright and sunny day, temperature in the low 70s, but we know that ain't gonna last. And we got folks that are gonna be in serious need of assistance this coming winter. And it's a word I think most of us have heard, an acronym I guess it's called, HEAP, HEAP. What does HEAP stand for? Anybody?
Home Energy Assistance Program.
All right. And your name?
Allison Karofsky.
And Allison, what department are you with?
I am the HEAP coordinator with Clinton County Social Services.
And over here on my left?
Nicole Durgan, I'm with the Clinton County Office for the Aging, and I'm the HEAP coordinator there.
Okay, and don't be bashful here. This camera wants to hear you, so use your outdoor voice. Okay. And so there's low energy HEAP and there's HEAP. Is it different or is it just the same thing?
Allied HEAP is the same thing as HEAP.
Yeah, it's HEAP. Okay, so unless you're in a low energy situation, HEAP doesn't apply to you. But you're going to tell us what qualifies you for low income, not low energy, but low income, right? Okay. As we get ready for this, is there I think when I called one of the departments, the automated machine said it's closed for the year, but that was last year's message. So if people have gotten that,
It is currently closed.
So don't give up starting November 1st.
November 1st is opening day of HEAP.
Okay, so as we're recording this, that's in the future. People will be watching this after November 1st, so that shouldn't be a problem. And what we're learning today will probably be pertinent in years to come too, because once this gets on the internet, people could watch it 5 years from now. So obviously things will change, but this is how it is in 2022. Energy, obviously we're talking heating energy. Is that mainly what we're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. So places like Plattsburgh, city of Plattsburgh, village of Rouse's Point, they got low electric rates. A lot of them have electric heat. Does electric heat qualify?
Yes, it does.
So even if you get electric heat, if you're not getting oil and whatever else, you can still qualify for energy assistance.
Whatever your main heating source is.
Okay. All right, so Office for the Aging, are most of the people coming in, or a good portion of them coming to your department, coming through Office for the Aging?
We're an alternate certifiers, and we deal with individuals 60 and older. We process all their applications, and then we send them over to Allison so she can do her final determination.
Okay, I know in Champlain, we've got a JCEO office. Do any of them get forwarded to you through these outreach centers?
JCEO is also an alternate certifier. So the alternate certifiers do the front end work at their locations, and then they forward all the applications through social services where we make the final determination.
Okay. So I don't imagine that it's like I used to like essay questions because it wasn't just black and white. You could move around here, but I don't imagine it's an essay question. It's pretty much yes or no, right? It's not, you can't talk your way into this. Either you've got the facts and figures to show that you belong or you don't.
Yes,
That's
you have
right.
to be income eligible.
Right. And it's based on the family size, I would assume.
Yes.
So one individual would have less income than somebody with 4 or 5, but the person with 4 or 5 would qualify. If I had just me and you had 4 or 5, we had the same income, you would probably qualify, and I couldn't because you're heating 4 or 5 people and I'm heating 1 person. Is that how it works, or is it's based on population in the
income,
facility?
Yep, the income levels do go up the more people that are within the household.
Okay. All right, so I'm walking into the Office for the Aging. What are the first things you're going to ask me?
We're going to ask you how much you're making per month.
What do I have to do to prove it?
You're gonna have to show your income source. So if it's Social Security, you're gonna have to have your Social Security award letter, any pensions, any earned interest off bank accounts. Am I missing anything?
Pay stubs.
Pay stubs if you work, you have to have at least 4 weeks.
So is it based on last year's income, if I'm, based on what I paid in taxes last year, or is
So-
it could be current? I could have made more or less last year. Last year I maybe made a lot, this year I'm making quite a bit. So that's why you want a pay stub to show what I'm currently making?
Correct. 4 weeks worth.
Okay.
Pay stubs.
And if you don't have work, you have to have something that shows whether you're getting assistance or whatever to show what the income is, correct?
Yep, so like your Social Security award letter or any pension letters that you have.
Okay. Do you have the numbers right there? Just,
Yep, so-
I'd say, these are the numbers we're gonna give you, but don't take this for gospel, call and, don't be scared off or whatever, or think you've got it automatically here, but these are figures that are in front of her. Make your own call and get your own results.
Yep, for a household size of 1, you can make up to $2,852.
A month.
Yep, or less.
Okay, and a family of 4.
A family of 4, you can make up to $5,485.
So that's over $60,000 a year on a family of 4, so you can get assistance. Now, is assistance, the same amount, or is it where you fall within that category? Like if I'm a family of 4 and I'm making 50,000 and you're a family of 4 and you're making 30,000, does the 30,000 get more than the 50,000 for
No.
assistance? No? So, okay. And also when you're talking older folks, I have a small annuity but some people have big annuities that they're trying to get money from every month or whatever, every year. My personal one, it's very small. It's about $11,000. So at the December, I say I got to, because it's one of those 401k things, you got to take it out after you get a certain age, so you got to start withdrawing on it. So I might get $150, $200 off of it. Now you're going to base it on the money I'm getting or the fact that I've got that, because some people might have a $100,000 annuity that they're drawing on. Some people might have $250,000, but they're only drawing X number of dollars a month income off of it.
Right, so it's just the income that you draw off that annuity.
So even though you've got the money in the bank, so to speak, it's based on the income you're getting off of it.
Right.
That,
Correct, yes. Yeah.
okay, so that's mainly, I think, when you're talking that type of thing, you're talking with the seniors. Yeah.
Or anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also look at the bank accounts, so any interest income, a lot of people don't realize that that's also included for income.
Interest
So-
income from the bank,
So,
my
yes,
0.005 that percent, that's
Yes, so we do have to,
that's 14 cents a month I get, they're gonna throw that in the pot.
they do.
So, but seriously, so people can have some money stored away, so to speak, and how is it gonna affect them?
There's different components with HEAP. The regular HEAP season is what starts November 1st and goes through March 15th. That is an income eligibility criteria only, the household size and whether or not you meet the income guidelines. There's an emergency HEAP component that opens up on January 3rd of 2023 that also goes through March 15th. For the emergency benefit, that is an income eligibility and a resource eligible. So for regular HEAP, you can have resources set aside. You can have money in your bank accounts, and that is not looked at. It is income only. Where once the emergency hits, that's where some people have those, we'd have to look at those resources.
So what would kick in the emergency part? If I'm qualifying in November, nothing changes, and I'm not applying for the emergency part, does it automatically kick in January?
Nope, the emergency benefit you also have to apply for. It's a much simpler application and process to apply for emergencies. We gather the information from the individual resources. You have to then verify, you can attest to the resources. If it's questionable, you'll have to verify. For emergency, you have to have less than a 10-day supply of fuel, or the threat of you have a shut-off. Again, as you mentioned, Village of Rouse's Point and municipal lighting. So you have to be in what they consider an emergency situation.
Where if you don't get assistance, you're gonna be out in the cold, well, in the cold, not outdoors, but you'll be inside your house in the cold. So if, let's take a break here. Okay, I'm back. To the emergency heap, you're getting, now is it a set number amount you get? Like somebody I had a call last year from somebody who was outside of my district, but was getting firewood, looking for firewood, and couldn't get any assistance. Then he applied again, and he was able to get the assistance. But does it matter? Is it X number of dollars based on if you're getting firewood or fuel oil, or does it matter what kind of heating source you've got?
It does. Each energy source has an amount allocated for it.
Okay. Now this emergency, ladies were talking off camera, emergency, $3,000, I heard a figure, what's
Yep.
that?
The resource level that we look at that you have to be eligible to qualify is less than $3,000. So if you are more than $3,000 or more, you're going to be excess resources.
What does that mean?
That would
More
mean you
than
would not
3,000?
qualify.
If I have more than 3,000 what? What are you talking about?
$3,000 in your checking, savings.
Okay, on hand.
Available funds.
So if I have $3,000 in my checking account and I know that I'm gonna have to pay my taxes in 2 weeks, there's different reasons why people might have a few dollars in
And
there.
that is, yes, we do talk to people, because if they do have a tax bill that's come up, there are certain things that we can minus from that.
Or it might be a medical bill, we just had a hip
Correct.
replacement, we just got the medical bill today, our
So
insurance is paying, but.
if we can get that down to lower than 3,000, you would be below the
So
resource
if you've
level.
got obligations that are forthcoming that you can prove, it'll help you to qualify. But for the emergency part, now, I'd still be getting it, so what does the emergency part mean? Am I getting more money, or what does it mean? I'm getting X number of dollars through HEAP every month? Okay, my fuel man comes, does he get the check? How does that work?
Yes, it goes directly to the vendors.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they receive the allotments that people are approved for.
Okay. And you said, remind me here, family of 4 making 30 or 50,000, both qualify, but they're still gonna get the same amount?
Yes,
Okay. Based, if they're using the same kind of fuel?
yes.
they're using a different fuel?
Correct, yes, if
Yeah.
it's different. So basically for oil, kerosene, and propane, that is all the same fuel source for the benefit. So for your regular benefit this year, it is $900 minimum
Annually or month?
annually.
Annually.
The one time. Each one is a
For the-
one-time benefit.
For the season?
Yes. HEAP was set up that this is supposed to be supplemental to help. It is not a program that's supposed to heat your home for the whole season.
Right. It's just to help you,
It's to
heat
help,
your,
yes.
yeah.
So
That's
it's a
the
one-time.
assistance is all about, home energy
Correct.
assistance.
Right.
Yeah, so the $900, is that gonna be dished out in increments to my fuel man, or if he just brought me some fuel and it was $500?
He gets the whole thing at one time. It goes right to the vendors and they do the delivery. And if you don't use it all during that delivery, then you would have a credit on your account to use in the future.
Okay, so is it 900, is that pretty much, that's for fuel oil
That's
and
for fuel oil,
kerosene?
yep. And then for wood pellets, coal, corn, it's $635. And for our municipalities, and natural gas, it's $400.
So electric heat would be 400, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Municipalities, yeah. Municipal electricity, okay. What's the most popular question that you get asked? I'm an old guy, so I'm gonna come in there, what do you expect me to be asking you?
I guess how much, what the monthly amount is that they can make. That's what the popular question is, how much they're allowed to make to receive the benefit.
Now, has that changed from a year ago? We've had inflation, so
Yes.
people's income have gone up, but, the prices have gone up, so,
Each year, the income usually changes, the income guidelines, along with the benefit amounts. Look at that.
so have they gone up this year?
They have, the regular benefit has gone up quite a bit this year, and the emergency benefit actually went down just a little bit because they're giving more in the beginning.
Okay, I know a representative from the state was here about a week or so in Plattsburgh. Somebody from the governor's office. Was there anything new and exciting that was released there?
There's nothing that's been released. There's things in the, they're talking about possibly releasing more funds, but we have not received anything as of yet.
No confirmation of that.
No.
Now, is it the same? We're sitting here in Clinton County. When I get this on the internet and on cable, it's going to go out to several counties. So somebody in Essex County, Franklin County, St. Lawrence County, they're going to have the same answers when they go to their.
They should. Yes.
They should. Good answer. If they don't, then call her. And you'll speak to their person at their county, right?
No, we'll let the commissioners handle that.
And is that the most popular question? She does the pre-qualifying. Do you you must have people walk into your office, the social
Yes.
services, that haven't been through
Yeah.
JCEO or haven't been to the senior office for the aging. So you got a good quantity of the people walk directly into your office.
Yes, we do, and you can also apply online, so we have a lot of online applications. The one question we get most is, what am I eligible for? People just really want to know if they're going to be getting that help and how much.
So if they qualify, how soon can they get it?
The
Theoretically.
process of it.
Yeah.
If it's something that's needed right away and we know that they're eligible, we are able to send what we call a guarantee letter over to their vendor. So the vendor knows that that money is guaranteed to go to them so that they can have a delivery right away.
Okay.
Because it normally takes through processing of course, you have to data enter, and it has to go into a voucher status, then a check, and then it drops. So it takes about 3 weeks.
Are people able, no, I can see you walk in and you've got your pay stubs. How do you do that online? How do you verify this stuff online?
They can submit it through, we've got a doc submit, and also they can mail it in person, and we also can have it emailed.
So if they take a picture of it, they can email it
And
to you.
email it to us.
All right. So again, we are looking at this in the year 2022 in October. People watching this in the future, these numbers will change, but can you give us an idea, one or both of you, let's go up to 5 or 6 people in the house. I don't think we need to look at 12 people in the house. My grandparents aren't around anymore with their 17 kids.
So a household size of 6, the max would be $7,241. A household of 7 would be $7,405.
Let's go down 5.
5 is $6,363, and a household of 4 is $5,485, and a household of 3 is $4,608.
And 2
And 2 is $3,730.
per month. Okay. I think I told you both to be prepared for telling me things that I'm not smart enough to ask. And there's a lot of things I'm not smart enough to ask, so this could take us a while here. What else should we know for people out there?
There are several other components that go along with HEAP, and one is the heating equipment repair and replacement component, and that is if people own their home, and there is other qualifications for that, or requirements to qualify, I guess I should say. for that program, and it's to get a vendor out to see if a repair or even a possible replacement has to be done with the furnace so that they can keep heating their homes. So that is a component we have. We also have a clean and tune that you can get done once a year as long as you own your home, and a cooling component, which is for air conditioners, which I need one because it's very warm today and I wear a turtleneck. So the replacement and repair for the heating equipment opens on October 3rd. It opened on October 3rd and will go through September 30th, along with the clean and tune.
2023.
Yes. So
Okay.
the clean and tune was also opened on October 3rd of '22 and will go till September 30th of '23. And the cooling component will open on May 1st and go through August 31st. All of these dates are set, but if we run out of funds, they can end the dates earlier. And sometimes they will extend them out if the funding is still there and able to go further.
Okay, you just said something that scares me here, run out of funds. What happens if we get a big run here starting November 1st and I show up 3 weeks later, are you going to be out of funds?
No,
No?
no.
You got a bottomless pile of money, is that what you're saying?
No, but the allocation that they are looking at for the year, you're not gonna run out in 3 weeks.
No, I'm talking about you guys.
Well,
The
no.
funds, the funds, you're
The
not gonna.
funds, no, the funds will not be gone in 3 weeks.
Okay. So if somebody starts the year, so I can pay my heating bills, and it gets to be January, and all of a sudden that fuel guy shows up and he says, I don't know if I can pay this, they can contact you during the middle of this winter, right? They don't haven't got to do it prior to.
Yep.
Do you get many fuel delivery people who act as intermediaries and say, hey, you should really talk to the folks at the county to see if you can get some assistance on this? You know, they deliver it to my house and I'm saying, gee, I can hardly afford this. So do they?
Word of mouth is very big. We get a lot of people through that. Neighbors talking, friends talking.
Yeah, so this is important because not everybody's going to see this. So if you've got neighbors, family members, just people you know that you think should qualify for this, you know, people you hate to say, hey, Allison, do you get HEAP? You know, so I don't know how you're going to bring it up, but you know, there should be a way to let people know that it's available there without them thinking you're sticking your nose in their business.
Right. It is a program that's out there for people to assist.
Right.
And if you think that you do qualify, it doesn't hurt to apply.
And if you think your neighbor could qualify,
right.
they might already be in there, but you could still mention that, you know, hopefully they won't get insulted if you mention it, that, you know, there is assistance out there.
Yep.
So there are phone numbers and ways to reach you. I called social services, and I gotta tell you, I went through 16, push this button, push that button. Is there a quick way to,
Well, if anybody's interested in more information about HEAP, you can go to www.otda.ny.gov/programs/HEAP. There's a lot of information on there.
say that
Right.
again for the slow writers?
www.otda,
OTDA, that
Dot-
office, what's that mean? OTDA?
Office of Temporary, you know what, you're gonna tell me that and I'm just gonna lose it.
OTDA, okay.
.ny.
New York.
.gov
Government.
/programs/HEAP.
All right, that doesn't work. Go to the social services, county social services. And Office for the Aging?
Our phone number is 518-565-4620.
Now, do you ever, or people in your office, ever bring this up to some of the old folks who may not be in tune with this, that, hey, are you taking advantage of this?
Yes, we do. We do. When anybody comes in, we always screen them for different programs they may be eligible for.
And I would imagine that most of the outreach centers are good about getting out to their clients that, that this is available.
Yes.
Yeah, so. Okay, now, questions that I should have asked anymore? You're gonna say, when you get home tonight, you're gonna say, oh, we should have talked about,
I think in the one thing that should be said is, again, I'd mentioned earlier, you can apply online. So to go on applying online, it's through a My Benefits program, so you can even Google My Benefits and it will pull it up for you. You can apply again at outreaches. Also, you can apply at the local social services district.
okay? And Office for the Aging is right here on Margaret Street. It's, it's the old original brick building that was sitting here. It's on the, I'd say the north corner, closest to the, where you go into the Department of Motor Vehicles in the old brick part. And Social Services is down on Durkee, is that called?
13 Durkee Street.
13 Durkee Street. That's where the farmer's market used to be, but is no longer, for people who remember the farmer's market. But that's Durkee Street. It's just a block away from Margaret Street. So that's how they can contact you directly there.
Yes, they can.
All right. Anything else that,
I don't think so.
I think so, no.
all right, well, I want to thank both of you for taking your time to do this and providing, and we got a great place to do it. And it's only 3:45, so we're doing good. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.